Nobody was anywhere near that showstopper when it was ripped. So they're gonna have a fair 3v3 retake, something with the op, a flash. Patman with all of his util. So some options available for Prx. That's a good start.
I know exactly.
Makes it a bit easier for him, but the neural theft will go ahead and tell all. Gets the reveal. They can spot out the operator.
You're done.
The peek over the top. Spot out Devi as well. Kill found. Patman trying to scale forward. Needs something to try to get into position. The Haunt getting the reveal here on the 2. Flash is sent, turn, close angle. The headshot connects. They look to try to go ahead and overwhelm him, but Elite holding his ground. Regen shields starting to come back through, but the shorty at point blank range will go ahead and seal the deal. Defuse can come in, the op can be carried over. Prx able to go ahead and persevere off the back of KC's timeout.
That's a really nice play there for Prx. It looked like maybe, okay, you get the initial kill, the spike's down, but Karmine Corp doing a really nice job.
Planted.
Kind of working the map a little bit, anticipating some pressure, getting that freebie onto Jing. They try to push out of B main.
One enemy remaining.
Patman knows that is an opportunity. Gets him plenty weak, makes it easy for a shorty master like something to stride on in there, knock him down. It's okay. 5-4, Prx starting to get the ball rolling. Karmine Corp on a bit of an eco.
Oh, the TP forward Sugetsu. Nearly taken down there. Avoids catastrophic damage, but at least a decent amount. No armor to speak of for him. Vandal, Guardian, and hands here for Karmine.
He'd love to wait out the TP from something. You know he's going to be around A with that op a fair amount of the time. So then you start making your moves. Try to get those out of the way so he can't get that one and done. There was that util from Patman as well to potentially back him up. No Prowler confirmed, so Sugetsu doesn't move a muscle. That is going to find Jing.
Probably spotting one. Oh, a bit of a attempt there to try to play in Devi on the angle. Ultimately, though, gonna have to be a re-explore this A side of the map. Sugetsu. The door tap, now spotting Forsaken. It's so damn close to finding that flick. Forsaken, however, will be able to outdo him at the very end. Is that weapon down on the ground? His clone blocks out some of the shots, and Jing joins the fray. And will go ahead and just tear apart 3 players here. Elite trying to get into position to start a lurk, to start a flank. But the rest of the team ends up falling to the wayside. Spike now under their control. This is going to be Prx going ahead and cleaning things up in flawless fashion, now tied up by the 5.
Yeah, I really like the setups that Prx has here as the round kind of wears on. They're able to slide, they're able to cheat on the map. Devi moves over to B. They're just relying on that Vice wall to give them the info, and they'll play retake on C if necessary, and then they're able to combo there. Great clone from something, sets up Jing and Forsaken to just work together.
Spike
The
down
3K for Jing. Get that raise closer to another showstopper. 2 away now.
There.
Prx ties it up 5-5. See if there's going to be a big answer here from Karmine Corp.
Double face out of B main. Jing able to find one before getting taken down, but ultimately the trade up is there. But at the same time,
Cutting through.
checking in around the C side. I'm not sure if he noticed the gun barrel of Devi. He didn't really turn back.
I'm back.
Either way, sprints his way across in towards B. Devi relocating. Certainly might not mean too much of anything. But upper control firmly here in the hands of KC. And something has to clear out this tripwire. No other recourse for him. Taking with the operator. Likely going to prove to be very difficult. Devi needing to clear out this angle. It does so with a fantastic one tap. Finds a second, and suddenly Prx, they're in the driver's seat. They're in the lead. Going to be traded back here.
Last player standing.
A fake on the TP, but a snappy readjust from Elite. Gets the read, gets the kill, and gets KC right back in.
Man, oh man. That was a wild one there. With Devi's position being hidden, I thought maybe he might try to go for some kind of aggressive play towards Link, maybe just try to catch them off guard, get a one and done or something, but the call was made to try to go for something a little bit safer, try to come from a bunch of different angles.
Last player
but that
standing.
early 2-for-1 for Karmine Corp proves to be the difference maker. They're kind of aware that, Patman and Jing like to team up at that B main angle. I'll show you a couple different looks. Final round in the half. Something there has to TP out. The flash and the haunt force his hand. He is in a world of trouble if he sticks around, so he is not going to do that.
Three peaks, instantaneously he's able to find the headshot, so is going to be taken down. Plant still safe to come through though, as Prx try to get their players clustered up in position. Elite going to be lurking. The back of rubble, paranoia here at the ready. Now going to be sent, and he's not going to try to play out of this angle. It's going to be a TP. Checks in towards Streak, quick cancel. Devi going to be taken down. Showstopper once again drawn out here from Jing. Lobs it, but is not able to find the kill. I think he thinks that he had a lot more damage there than he really did. Either way, Martin going to get cleaned up. Still continuing to storm their way forward. Close angle. Sugetsu will get flushed out. 3K from Patman. Go ahead and secure a 6-6 half, neck and neck between the two squads.
Yeah, and still, you got to be feeling pretty decent about that as Prx. After losing the bonus to come back 6-6, not bad at all, but a nice start for Karmine Corp as well. They looked hot.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, Aves is on one at the moment. He can have that kind of performance as they shift over to the defending side. I think that Casey's likely going to be in a very strong spot. But Prx 6-6 at the half, not too bad for starting on the defense. We'll see how they fare after the halftime. We'll see what happens as we get ready to go into this. 6-6 at the half. Pistols have not really been friendly to the side of Prx. We'll see how they do fare going into this one. Nearly were able to pull off the eco in that second round, but I think that they would all rather just close out a pistol.
Yeah, they haven't won one yet. So, you know, here's what I'm going to say. If they lose this pistol, I'm thinking another overtime is on the cards.
Could very well be the case. Get us back on the tracks here.
Yeah.
After being derailed a bit by Gen G. Quick peek out, something going to make his exit. Joins in with the rest of the squad.
Oh, but you got the paranoia out. That's super nice.
Cam gets a spot onto Jing, so Carmine, I think they're pretty privy to this. Is
the low trip.
Tripwire, yeah, to try to hold them in position. Some right clicks, doing an immense amount of damage, and eventually Sonic finds the kill, re-peeks, and instantaneously takes down something. Power now very much out of their hands. They just spam down through the smokes. It's a monstrous advantage here for the side of Karma, not losing anybody, just Elite really tagged up. Well, he and Sonic, I suppose, for that matter. As Paint Shell right at Patman's feet. Will not be able to find the kill, but certainly make this all the more impossible for the squad. Off angle from Devi, trying to get these headshots woven through, but just narrowly misses it onto Martin, who's able to go ahead and collect the two. So the fuse to come through. It's another pistol for Carmine, as they will regain the lead 7-6.
Yeah, and this is one of the things I was really curious about at the beginning of this map. what the Cypher utility was going to look like for Karmine Corp and how it was going to affect Paper Rex. And the low trip, the Prowler goes right over it, so it's not identified, and it stalls up this attack, and Sadak is feasting. You can see a smile on his face there as he goes for that double kill at the Classic. Just knew he had him. Brilliant setup, brilliant read. Well thought out, and yep.
I think the juxtaposition between the two shots there, fairly staggering. So Elite is going to be getting the cam a brief little moment before it gets cleared out.
Did get an outlaw here for Devi, and that's a one-tap kill on everybody on Karmine Corp. So good read on the way they've been managing their economy in their anti-ecos.
It's all about trying to get him into position and actually utilize it now. 3 players here at the baby door.
Oh, look at the shift in the Cypher util though. Over onto A, trying to read through towards Paper X's tendencies. A site is where they have a ton of success on this map. They're really thorough over here. Something just not seeing anything. And you're just playing the waiting game here as Karmine Corp, trying to play off those trips potentially. Once those are cleared, that's maybe when they spring into action out of Link.
And again, going to be cleared, and that should tell them about this forward presence. Elite just with this Sheriff now going to be blinded up. Bounding forward here is Jing, eventually able to collect that kill. Just the squad though trying to hold the door, and that's actually the spike now. Drop down. Tabman in a rough position. They have to try to fight their way back in through. As the shot's not going to connect, Sadak just dancing around the bullets, Matrix style, survives with 15 HP. Cleans up at 3K, and this time it's not nearly as close.
Yeah, these early round setups with the Cypher util giving Paper Rex fits. So let's see if they can find an adjustment before Alex has to call a timeout. Oh, just misses on the second shot to Devi. He knew it. Nice attempt here by Jing, and it looked like maybe for a moment Paper Rex was going to be able to at least get a plant down. But they lose the spike towards the Link, just maybe not anticipating there's going to be that much there. Just a Sheriff for Devi.
Yeah, because of the purchase. I mean, granted, has been very clean when it comes down to the Sheriffing here, but certainly would like to have a bit more firepower going into KC's bonus. Now just spamming out, trying to clear. Same low trip going to be set up. Cam in behind. Get the spot onto Forsaken. Pretty much everybody here now.
Yeah, this time they remembered.
Able to clear it out. TP forward. The bounce forward. The peeking over the top. Jing narrowly able to go ahead and trade that one back, but the trade up comes through. Elite arriving. That's a shot onto something, and now 2 players have to try to push their way out of this smoke, and they just cannot do it. This is right there on top of them, clearing them up, and it's going to be a bonus conversion. As Karmine Corp are looking very clean on the defense.
Yep, they have great protocols built in to these setups on Lotus. And Paper Rex, even though they're able to get past the first hurdle this time in that tripwire, the follow-up from Vs and Elite, extremely lethal. Take another look at this. Jing, good reaction there. Trying to do what he can in this round, but Elite there swinging in. Oh my God, the timings there. Vs even worried about a flash maybe, tries to turn it, and it's right back to where he started, right on the heads of his opponent. And oh man, look at that smile. That is a dangerous thing. Seeing Sadak thriving like this, and Paper Rex, yeah, going to take that second time out quickly to try to figure out what they can do. I think maybe you want to be a little bit more proactive early about clearing the Cypher utility and then pulling back, then taking your time, trying to work the map a little bit more, going back to kind of what has been working for Paper Rex on this map as of late. Is it's not explosiveness, it's not overly aggressive plays. Like, they do have those in the playbook, of course. You know, Jing grabs a judge and then they'll do something like that, but maybe with a Bucky here, sure, you could do it in this round, fine. But past that, you need to be very diligent about figuring out where that Cypher util is, clearing it, and then figuring out what to do off the back of that, not trying to make those quick moves like they did there. That just is going to play right into Karmine Corp's hands with the way that they're setting up and the way they're playing off of that Cypher util.
Looking for the C's nades, gets able to go ahead and TP away. Keep himself safe, his tap of the door to come through, looking for the crunch now. It's Paranoia going to be exchanged out. Whiff there on the lob into the paint shell. Doesn't get a full connection. The orb gets grabbed. Oh, he's going to be cut. What does the play call end up looking like here? Gate crash into its backside, some shots to ring out to get to instantaneously. Able to find one, something Jing both going to be taken down as Patman doing well to find the one, but then will be felled as Sonic again finds himself with a 3K. The stinger in hand for Devi, not going to connect the way that he needs it to. Double digits now obtained. Carmine Corp looking fantastic here on Paper Rex's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like Carmine Corp has all the right reads, all the right strategies, all the right ideas. No real opportunities there for Paper X to get some of that close-range weaponry into position to be utilized. Jing is going to have a showstopper. Sadak has his Nightfall off of this hot start to the second half. 15-9 overall on the map for him. The IGL for Carmine Corp fragging out. Let's see what they want to do. Trying to shut down that early push. Paper X might be considering, ooh, something. Saw the head, couldn't pull the trigger in time. And just a pullback now. Paper X gonna regroup and rethink how they want to approach this round. What? Look at this setup for the Cypher util. It is so far back. This looks like some kind of trap play, potentially.
Okay, well, speaking of traps, for a second just resprung KC's back on them. And does get blinded up, but just holds down M1 on a timing, finds a kill. So 5v4 advantage here for Paper X. Now, just cut of the noise, a slow creep up. Nothing going to be spotted here at A. A couple pings going to be coming down. As soon as they hear the Prowler, they should tell them. And the showstopper does get opened up by Jing. Hunting, searching, looking for any kind of target that he can get, but there's someone back just around the corner. So in the end, just going to be there to try to clear some space. Is something. Pop flash going to be sent, and Sugetsu absolutely outdoes him. Forsaken is there quickly to go ahead and trade it back. Retains the advantage, but now their own showstopper right here, point blank, finds Jing to swing in. That's good for a second as Forsaken will fall. Batman and Devi try to hold the line here, but Devi catching them as they'll go ahead and pick their targets one apiece. They clean it up. Paper X narrowly getting the conversion off the timeout.
Yeah. I mean, still great awareness from Carmine Corp, the way that they're anticipating some of the pressure. I mean, you see this a lot with Paper X when Jing has that showstopper, that they're going to want to use it to clear B. They don't care if they don't get a kill off of it. They want to get that plant down. They feel very comfortable in their post plants, and you see why they're able to still claim the round despite this very nice play from Vs.
One enemy remaining.
Such a stellar Raze player on this map. And you are going to go into this now with Martine having an op and can't find the first shot, gets blinded, has to TP out. Quite a bit of info here, though, for Carmine Corp. And they're going to slide Vs over.
It is a shallow exit, though, so he is still going to be nearby enough to try to put this off to use. Looking for the re-peek, but something.
What?
Immediate there with the headshot. Batman cleans up Zadok. This is exactly what Paper X needed, but that's still a force to be reckoned with. Finds Forsaken, but Batman, of all people, picks up the operator.
That might be his first op kill that I can remember.
I think you're correct in that. Certainly not something that we see him lean over to very often. As the Prowler does get the spot. Leads position known. Sugetsu's being watched. Devi on a very deep lurk. Jing holding here at stairs. We'll go ahead and shut it down. And there you go. A second up kill for Patman. Third overall in the round. 2 rounds now separating Paper X. Looking to run this back.
Curious when Ang is going to think about taking a time out here for Carmine Corp. And it may be soon. You just want to shut this down as quickly as possible. Paper X just kind of starting to deathball around the map, starting to use their good trading ability, good util play, kind of set themselves up for success. That's nice from Patman. Picks up the weapon and puts it to darn good use. Sketsu a little bit frustrated there. I mean, that first shot on the way into the site from something was blistering. I mean, just so ready for somebody to be coming.
Certainly changed the outcome of that round in a significant way. It's that shot. It's able to
take
fade away.
Out. Yeah.
And yeah, it could be a very different round that we're looking at, but that timeout call will come through here from Coach Ang, and we'll see what the adjustments end up looking like here. obviously a legend in his own right. It's always great to see him back on a global stage.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, everybody loves that Gambit team. So for sure, you love to see him having some success. You know, I mean, some of the old school players on this squad, Sugetsu, Sadak, joining that coach, try to recreate some of that early magic.
Cutting through.
So far, Prx
I'll handle this.
starting to make their comeback, but KC holds on, and Dimensional Drift not really finding too much here. I mean, okay, B site's wide open initially.
Check in towards upper though. That could be eventually costly. Looks like Forsaken though. He's gonna look to try to go on a bit of a flank. And he heard the footsteps of Elite. He just stopped in his tracks now, backpedaling, but all the same, Forsaken snappy with it, finds the kill. Martin nearby enough. Try to interrupt here, as that's just going to be Sugetsu caught strafing forward through the door. And an interrupt on the plant, a relocate here from something. Spike's going to be scooped up. They could even pivot at the C, but it looks like they will just go ahead and like this B site well enough, as there's the cleanup. Forsaken gets the spray down. Prx now 1 round away from tying things up yet again.
Just a little bit of a momentary pause in the round here for Prx. Avoids disaster. The Cypher util was set pretty deep on the A site, and I kind of get what Prx is thinking here. You know, something sees almost nothing on the B site, and they gotta surely be thinking this is a trap. This has to be a trap. There's nothing going on in this site, so they're like, let's go look at A. Let's see what's going on over there. Oh, okay, it is actually B just wide open. Especially after Forsaken able to take, you know, top site, gets that kill onto Elite, and then that's an easy decision from there. So I like the patience being shown by Prx, by Forsaken. Opt for divide.
Angle. Couple jump peeks previously from Martin there. There it is again. Flashes him, and oh, it's going to be a bit of a rarer whiff, as Martin certainly is not doing the same. Hell of a shot. Does put down Divide.
Something's like, ooh, op on the ground?
Yeah, what happily scoop it up, but we'll just with the Vandal as Batman now gunned down. Jinx swinging out from back rubble in 5-1, but Sugetsu trades it up. Paranoia across, out into the open here is Sonic, but something is just a bit too whiffy. Takes the Phantom Spray from Forsaken to eventually flush out the enemy IGL.
Again, the mechanics just a little bit off kilter. And almost disastrous for Prx, but Forsaken again, bailing his team out. Elite gets the jump peak, but has to back off. Gonna seed over the site seemingly to something. See what Forsaken wants to do. He's been pretty aggro with these ults. May have to try to go for something tricky here again, or at least make Carmine Corp consider it.
Yeah, they read the TP right here at this location. They would get all the information they need.
Setup looks familiar.
Yeah, just a little bit. No smoke on B main. No approach coming through the door. Cam gets the spot out, quickly repositions with the teleport.
One enemy remaining.
As something makes the
Last
first
player
fight, is able to win it. Brings it now just to Sugetsu, who just doesn't have the HP to try to get by. Cleanup is there. His smiles abound here. Prx very much running this back.
Yeah, this one a little bit scrappy though. Definitely a few kind of oopsies for Prx that they'd like to have back. That round a little bit cleaner. Jing on that re-aggress on the angle. Crosshair is just a little bit off initially. Can't find the headshot. Something there good for one, but damage done. And Sugetsu, one bullet grazes him and he's out of the round. And Forsaken takes a little bit of a pause. Flash out. Martin gonna get the spot.
Still sticking around though, something. Maybe not reading the operator setup here. Ends up paying the iron price. A solid kill to be found as KC look to try to regain the lead for themselves, get it up to 11. As Prowler will ensure that there is no one playing over in towards B main.
Got to be cautious here as Prx Showstopper available for a Vez. You do have an Outlaw which has the ability to get a one-tap kill on everybody. Hatman is his ult, Devi is his ult, so a lot of ability to scale into the site.
Things coming down, trying to suss out where these trips are going to be. Elite has been very meticulous about relocating them. Consistently is okay. Showstopper getting a ton of damage, but not able to find that kill. Forsaken just sprinting forward, running them down one after the other. Vez and Sugetsu both knocked out of the park. Elite eventually able to go ahead and peel that one back through the wall. There's the weapons taken away from them here by the Steel Garden. The Decay still in play. He's lost one. Decay as the Decay expires, or Jing rather, as it expires. Only 3 HP. They push forward the Dimensional Drift, trying to spot them out. Trying to give this info over to Elite. No real way for him to try to play off of it. Jing gonna be the first hurdle. If he isn't immediately dealt with, there you go. The round is just going to spiral. Paper X now back into the lead, 11-10, looking for map point.
This Paper X team just confounds me sometimes. They're so good in heat of the moment situations. I mean, just running and gunning there. Forsaken, great response from Elite to find the spot and the kill, but and now Paper X with the lead after losing both bonuses.
Both pistols, both bonuses. FKC now forced back onto an eco, so will be full sheriffs here for the team. The previous round ends up being, I mean, costly in more ways than one. Not only has the lead been conceded, the economy broken. There's a lot of ults invested.
Martin tucked himself right behind the rubble position. Saw it with Sugetsu earlier, but is this going to be something Paper X considers here?
He's on an island. The haunt going to be cleared, but they're just scaling forward, and immediately Batman will find that one. Crosshair a little bit offset. The swing in. Sugetsu, I'm not even sure how he got the kill. That one was lightning fast, but still quickly traded. Player advantage absolutely maintained here from Paper X. Right to the rope.
Planted.
Neves does manage to find the headshot. Weapon's not going to be collectible quite just yet. Batman down below.